want to do a quick video. I had to question, would I buy used equipment? Yes, I would. Sorry, it gets dark in here. I got a lot of shadows with these lights. These are used. These are used. Other than the one where the computer's out, that's the only one out of order. These are all used. These dryers behind me, except the very first one, that's brand new. That 55-pounder is brand new. All those others, those are all used dryers. There's 3 pockets out of order right now. I have 3 20-pounders out of order and 1 50. That happened in the last couple of weeks. These old 20-pound, I think they are, what are these? These are called SC20BCs, okay, 2s. They're single-phase 20-pound washers, hard mount. Those are what hard mount looks like. Computer boards on these went out on 3 of them. They just short-circuited for whatever reason. One was loose. I didn't know it. I ran it, and don't ever have things loose in them. These are actually 27-pounders, okay? But Speed Queen doesn't have a 27-pounder. What Speed Queen used to do was their machines were 27, 25, 50. What was the other weird number? There was another weird number, but they re-rated what their capacity was. But when you would buy a 27-pounder, it would have a 30-pound sticker on it. Your customers don't know the difference. It holds the same amount of things. Now today they don't have the 27, they just have a 30. Oh, a 35, that was the other weird number, and now they're called 40s. So if you find used 27s or 25s and they're cheap, buy them if they're in good shape. Because like I said, these are used. I put new stickers on them. I cleaned them up. You can put new soap lids on them. I've had these things 3 years, and knock on wood, I haven't had a lick of problems with them. I haven't had no motors, no bearings, no pumps, no valves. I've cleaned everything. I think I had one computer that I had to resolder a connection on the back, but that's normal, you know. And you'd say, well, what did you save? I paid $1,000 a piece. I got $5,000 in that row. I've got $7,000 here. The most expensive one in this row was that 80-pounder. I paid $6,000 out of California from 123 Laundry for that 60-pounder. The 50s, I paid $2,000 a piece, probably the most expensive other than the 80-pounder. I paid $4,000 for them. Now, not counting this stainless steel dryer, which I paid $3,800 for, in that condition 3 years ago. These dryers I paid, and I had 15 of them. I paid 10 grand. Now, did I pay 10 grand in this condition? No. I stripped them all apart. I have a little picture of them. I had the powder coating done. I had the drums powder coated. I put all new belts in them. I put all new thermistors in them. I put new relays in them. And then motors, I kind of did some of them, and then some of them I just wanted to see which ones worked and didn't work. Ignition boards, I didn't replace all of them. I didn't need to. But that's what I did, okay? And in a couple of these, on the here two, these two actually came out of another laundromat, and they're part of that price point, but they're actually newer. And I'm going to show you something to look for if you're looking for used dryers. If you find Speed Queen dryers that have the big display, these are 24-volt computers. I don't like these. And the reason I don't like them is because they're older. And I want to say, and I'm not going to have a model number on this because we grinded them all off when we painted it. But I want to say these are STOs 30s. These are STT 30s. See how it's smaller, this display? This is a 120-volt computer. These are newer. These are like from the 2000s. These are what you want to find. When you find that smaller display, whether it's in a Hipsch or a Speed Queen, these used dryers will actually be way better. They are designed exactly like this brand new one here. It's only 3 years old. They have the same technology as those do. Flawless. These have ice cube relays, which are very prone to going out. They have a bad relationship with the motors on the back of the blowers because they're hard to take out. These have 4 bolts to take out, 4 nuts, and the motor comes out. So you can change your fan, You can change your motor in minutes, and you can change the belt pretty easy. These, not so much. These have a sail switch, which is easier to get out. These don't. If you find STT 30s, and these I didn't paint, I don't think. No, I painted them because these were white originally. But I'm pretty sure these are STT 30s. And if I'm saying it wrong and I got the wrong model, just correct me. But that's what you want to look for, the small computer displays. I don't mind these, don't get me wrong. They're working, I got a few out of order, but these do prone to have more issues. And nowadays, there's really not as many of these laying around because a lot of people are switching their laundromats out. They're re-gearing everything, retooling everything with all the free money they're getting and incentives and stuff. So those are going by the wayside. Now I had the other question, when would you buy brand new equipment? Let's say you're in a big demographic and you've got a lot of market share. 100,000 population, 150, 200, you're in Miami, you're in LA, millions of people. In those areas, if you have a good location, it would behoove you, and your long-term goal is to own this for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever that is. Buying new equipment, putting in brand new infrastructure, plumbing, electrical, paint, flooring, lights, you're going to make such an impression, people are going to slam you. And they're going to slam you for as long as you maintain that. Okay? This laundromat here, I built it like a tank and it's beautiful. It gets a lot of business. There's one down the street that opened the same time as this one did. They're about ready to go out of business. They bought brand new equipment. Okay? This is a small demographic where this one's at. This one, the best it's ever going to do is $2,000 to $3,000 a week. That's the best it'll ever do. Okay, the one down the street, they're lucky if they're getting $200, $300 a week right now. I'm stealing most of it. Once that goes by the wayside, then they'll come here. Will I buy that other laundromat? No, not unless they give it away. It's a real dinky store. I'll take you inside and show you. It had all the windows busted out during the riots that were going on around here. Mine didn't, which is crazy because I have more windows than they do. They put plywood over it. It's dark, it's dingy, you can fit it inside this laundromat, okay? People don't like that. People don't like to be closed in. And it's not really it's on a busy street, but it's not in the right spot of the busy street. It's not on the corner. It's not in an intersection. You want the intersection of two busy streets. Look where they put Dollar Generals. Look where they put McDonald's. Look where they put auto parts stores. Look where they put grocery stores. That's where you want to be. You want to be where people are already going for another service because they can drop off their laundry, go get their groceries, get their laundry, go home. And that's what they do here. They go to the convenience store, they get their laundry, they go home. That's why I follow convenience stores, Dollar Generals, Family Dollars, McDonald's, restaurants. I follow certain demographics. I don't build myself next to a Red Lobster. I don't build myself next to bubblegum shrimp on St. John's Pass. That's not where my customers are. I build it where they are, okay? They're not going to travel long distance to find your laundromat. It's not like a Walmart, okay? Walmart can build just about anywhere anymore, and people are going to travel to a Walmart. Laundromats aren't that. So just keep that in mind. But if you're in those big demographics, you've got a really good location, it's going to be smart to start out with a bang. Now, this is a bang. But it's on a budget because I'm only going to make so much money. This equipment package in here that I just showed you, and I've got, 7, I got 5, so I'm, 17, another 13. So we're, 30 machines in this laundromat, plus a change machine, a soap machine. This was quoted from Speed Queen, this package, for $160,000 off the truck. So they bring the truck, they unload it, and my problem. Okay, that's not bases. That's another $200-300 a piece for bases. That wasn't install. That wasn't any plumbing, no electrical. It was $160,000 just for the equipment. Now, if you add up all the numbers, somewhere in the neighborhood of $45,000 is what I spent on equipment. I spent another $10, probably fixing it up. So I've spent $55,000 on equipment in here. I spent $20,000 on plumbing. I spent $25,000 on electrical. I spent $15,000 on painting the inside, the flooring, the folding tables, the change machine, the soap machine, the signage that you see. And then I spent another I spent another $4,000 on the parking lot, pouring concrete, the sidewalks, a little bit of metal on the outside. The roof was new on this building, so I didn't have to do that. Yes, I own my buildings. I paid $15,000 for this building without the laundromat. And I'm going to show some pictures of how bad it was. Me and Willie, we gutted it. We cleaned it all out. I think we filled 6 or 7 dumpsters of all the drywall, because there was actually walls in here. It was like an office building, and there were small hallways. We ripped it all out to this. There was actually kitchen equipment, because it used to be a restaurant back there, and that was where the kitchen was, back behind that door. We ripped all that out. Seems like forever ago when we got rid of that. But this, I couldn't go slamming $200,000 worth of equipment with an install. I just couldn't do it because I couldn't pay for it. That's when you got to think about the used versus new. Now, one thing I always like to buy new if I can is dryers. Dryers are your last experience for your customer. You want it to be the best damn thing you can do. I know not every brand new dryer is going to work perfectly, but I'm going to tell you what, 90% of the time they do. And once you own them for a few months, you get any bugs worked out that a new one might have. Whether you got the New Year's version of the new model and it has a couple corks, they'll get it worked out. But that's when you want to buy new. That's when you want to have new in your place. Dryers is a big thing. I took a risk here and I fought it. I fought people using these. They get a little too hot. They melt their stuff. They don't realize how much plastic's in it. You know, I have those problems, you know. But that's their experience. That's, you know, their last experience. You want to make it their best. You want to make sure the machines run. Now, like these, they love these 30-pounders. They love the hell out of them. They love the 80. They love the 50s. They love the 20s. They work every time. They're clean. It's nice. I mean, other than a few dryer sheets, I haven't picked up in here today, okay? I mean, this is what the floor looks like, you know? I mean, yeah, I get the bent pole there, but there's a couple dryer sheets. This is what the floor looks like. People walk in, they're pretty okay with this. They're like, yeah, there's a couple things, but it's not the end of the world. You know? The machines they got a little dust on them. They're not horrible. They're cleaned down. Now, tomorrow they'll be in here to clean in the morning. The walls look good. We got clean signage, not confusing. So I hope that answers some questions, because I get a lot of them about new and used equipment. I just want to give a little more info on that. And if I don't, say something. Say, can you clarify on that? And the reason is because I'm so used to doing this all the time, I don't think about the little things. So, do you like this kind of content? You want to learn more about laundromats or businesses or just the weird things I do from time to time? Hit the subscribe button. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button. I always appreciate that. Can never have enough likes. Till next time, take it easy.